Hello people of YouTube. Today I am doing a book review on The Host by Stephenie Meyer, which I finished last night. First of all, if I were to give this book a rating 1 to 10 stars, I would give it 10 million. So since there's a movie coming out and it looked really good, and the book always sounded good to me, I just never had time to read it for reading other things. So I was like, okay, I don't have anything to read right now. I'll read this for now instead of reading another series over again that's going to crush my heart. Hunger Games. Okay, so it took me a few days to get to this point, and then, it kind of starts off, it doesn't start off slow, I just wasn't really hooked yet. And then one night I stayed up till about 3 in the morning reading till almost halfway, and then the next day I finished the whole rest of the book and I could not put it down. This is one of the hardest books to put down. That says nothing coming from me because it's hard for me to put books down anyway, but I don't usually stay up till 3 unless it's a really, really, really good book because I really love sleep. But I was willing to sacrifice sleep for this book because I just could not make myself put it down until my eyes could not stay open any longer. And so 5 billion thumbs up for this book. And if you haven't read it, read it. If you think you're not gonna like it because you didn't like Twilight, just forget that right now. Forget that opinion because this is nothing like Twilight. It is so different, but it's still so good. So if you haven't read it, read it, and then get ready to go see the movie in March. I'm so excited. And so from this point on, there's going to be spoilers. So if you haven't read the book, go read it and then come back, but don't watch the rest of the video because you'll hate me because I spoil things. So spoiler alert right there. So first of all, I'm not usually the type of person that, okay, let me just say this. I will tolerate a love triangle because it adds more to a story, but I loathe them. I loathe them. When I pick my side of the triangle thing, I stick with it and I will never, ever, ever be swayed from that, and I am very stubborn and very opinionated about that. This book changed everything, and it was so confusing, so very confusing for my mind and my emotions. First of all, I love Jared. Loved him, loved him, loved him, and I was like, I'm not gonna change my mind. I knew there was a love triangle kind of coming up, and I was just like, I'm not gonna change my mind. I love Jared. And then Ian. I started liking Ian before Ian liked Wanda. I just started, anytime he'd come around, I'm almost like, oh, it's Ian, I like him. And then Jared would come back and I'm like, oh, but I like Jared too. This is so confusing for my mind. I needed 2 more people to add to my list of fictional characters that I'm in love with. No, really, there is a list. And then finally, I was like, okay, here's the deal. Melanie needs to be with Jared, and Wanda needs to be with Ian. But how does that happen when Wanda and Melanie are the same person? Psh, mind blown. That was the point where I realized this is not going to end well. This is going to break my heart and shred it into pieces. And so I was expecting something horrible to happen the entire book. And then when Jamie got sick and they went to go get the medicine, and I was just like, oh my gosh, something horrible's gonna happen, something horrible is going to happen. And then I was just like, that was way too easy, something else horrible's gonna happen. So I'm thinking that the recent books I've been reading have made me a really pessimistic person. I'm just expecting something heart-wrenching to happen. So it was, pleasant surprise when it didn't. And then Wanda decides she's going to sacrifice herself for Melanie. So I was like, no, this cannot end that way. And then I've never thought of Stephenie Meyer as a troll writer. But you know what was really, really mean? I floated into it with no fear at all. Blank page. I thought the book was over. I almost threw it at a wall. I was like this close to throwing it. And I was just sitting there bawling my eyes out. And then I was like, oh, this can't be the end, this can't be the end. Wait, what? It isn't the end! Yeah, that was a troll moment right there. It was, thanks. I mean, almost threw the book out the window. That was a close one. Stephenie Meyer is such an amazing writer. Say what you will about Twilight that you don't like it. I don't see, I mean, I get why you would not like the story, but you cannot say that Stephenie Meyer isn't a good writer. She is an awesome writer. I mean, and this idea for this book, there might be something else like it, but I have never heard a story like this one. I mean, it was brilliant. Personally me, I'm sure people in the comments are going to be like, oh, she just totally copied this. But you know what? This was an awesome idea, and this was a very, very well written book. And Stephenie Meyer, where did that come from? Stephenie Meyer is such an amazing writer. I know it's been a while since I did a book review. I meant to review the whole Heroes of Olympus series, but I read them, like, as soon as I finished Lost Hero, I finally got Son of Neptune, read that, and then I went and got Margot of Athena, like, as soon as possible. And so I just kind of sped through those, and then they both kind of jumbled together on what happened, so I didn't want to try to do a review and confuse everyone. If you still want me to do a review, I guess tell me. I guess I will try. But I think I might just break down crying and spazzing out because I don't want to wait a year. Anyway, so that's my book review for The Host by Stephenie Meyer. It was awesome, and I'm so excited for the movie. That's it, and goodbye. That's a weird wave.